Mostly Jimmy Carter, John McCain, and a few other moderately good-looking men, basically. Better looking than me, most people would say. They scammed off of women. They scammed off of everything. They tried to get themselves onto bases. They tried to promote themselves within their ranks to bombers so they could pressure other people. I mean, I'm Lucifer White Star, the Lucifer White Star, designer and inventor of the Titanic, person who changed those laws, and basically, while I was running the planet and naming America and rising up in my epicness, basically there was this little bit of shit at my boot that was someone cloning themselves quite a bit. And he basically enslaved his own clones, enslaved his own children pretty much, and then had them do some really stupid things, basically trying to get money from women, saying, "Oh, please, 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 I need money for cancer," or some shit. Basically, Jimmy Carter, JFK, which was one of the most known faces, and I'm not exactly sure. He came from like Yankee No Rule land, like the first scammer, pretty much. Basically it's Nixon. They sold aftermarket military hardware for full price. They did a lot of scams. They pretended like they owned Ford Motor Company to get investors to invest with them. They just covered it up. Republicans covered it up as they got a little bit more powerful. Republicans started covering it up. But I mean, then again, John McCain, shot a bunch of Chinese delegates at the White House, as well as they tortured the White House staff of gardeners, as well as the Germans at the White House. They tortured them as well. I mean, they hurt so many people that it's ridiculous. They took over a small island and were like trying to make guns there. I mean, they were basically very horrible people. They would strangle women until the life would go out of their eyes, or they would blow a girl's brain off to feel her tense up, and then they would get off basically right then. I mean, Cuba. I was chasing them all around the world. That little thing with the Red Cross. Pretty much anywhere there was death and destruction. It was Jimmy Carter, Nixon, JFK, the people that were at that town, and they did that fake checkpoint where they're feeling up gorgeous women and trying to get the pocket watches, and then they would use those names in the United States. And basically, while I was Epic and Brian and B and Bombers and mining and basically the whole world populations, and I'm Galactic and 80 galaxies, they were just these people, working at this school, like slicing and dicing film to try and get this thing going where it looked like it was Germany and blah, blah, blah. And pretty much it's just a future mindfuck, like I say, like pretty much Nixon and Jimmy Carter, like all asses hanging out, shit coming out of their ass, like fucking with a little donkey grin over the earth. Pretty much is all it is, pretty much. Like I said, they just cloned themselves a bunch of times, chained a bunch of women into the basement, and basically had the clones pumping out of these women, which were chained in the basement. And they were not happy about it. Germany, basically, the military, regarded them as a perversion of free will and everything. I mean, they are really galactically known. They tried to use, the Golden Army to attack other planets. They attacked other races using time travel. I mean, there is no saving these people. There are so many people after them that it is ridiculous. They're trying to be connected with me, and it's like, nah, man, I'm Lucifer Star. The stars and stripes, the governments, the ships, the inventions. What a couple strange psychopaths did in their humanoid bodies, which I invented, I designed, has nothing to do with me. And in fact, I spent quite a bit of time trying to hunt them down and created quite a few laws that would curb their behavior because they were such shit stains, as they say, and basically pretty much condemned the human race. I had nothing to do with it, of course. And my German military went after them. We were trying to hunt them down basically through all governments. It wasn't until they rounded up all the guns that they were able to really kill anyone, and mostly they were trying to end everyone on the earth so they could pop out and run their lie scam. And it was mostly just an earth problem. Anyway, I was called in and had to deal with it, and did not take my vacation until I was satisfied that it was dealt with. And pretty much I tortured them for about 1,000 years, and then I actually forgot about them. And I'm pretty sure when I came back to find them, some of them had pulled their feeding tubes out or something like that, and there was only like one or two left, and I don't know. Anyway, I finally said that they could die, and that was enough. And maybe what I did was unduly tortured. It might have only been like 120 years. I don't know. I wanted like 1,000, but I mean, I was really pissed off at the time. And then later on, I might have thought better of it. Not exactly sure, but I mean, they killed thousands, millions. I mean, they tried to wipe out all existence. They tried to wipe out everything out of the galaxy because I had created it, and I am Epic Lucifer Star. And they just wanted to wipe everything that I ever was, but it's like, how are you going to wipe out 80 galaxies or 700 galaxies? I mean, starting from 1 trillion years ago. That's not really possible. I mean, what I did, everything I was a long time ago, already done, past. And I took care of the problems, and now I'm just on vacation as Brian, and pretty much just kicking it with my people on my planet. And, that really has nothing to do with, it's supposed to be a memorable time, but anyway, I'll go into it in my next video more.